Welcome. These will be my thoughts on Star Wars Vision Season 3, Episode 4, The Bounty Hunters. The episode is rated TVPG, so will this video be? There will be spoilers for the episode and potentially everything Star Wars leading up to it. And yeah, another episode that I absolutely loved. So I quite like the way that the episode has a book ending kind of thing. It starts and ends with her being hunted by bounty hunters, the ones that she used to work with, and bickering with the with Eva 4. I think that's what it's called. Wrists are too sore to check right now. Let's see. Yeah. Again, we have some fun riffing on other Star Wars media. There's definitely a lot of Han Solo going on with the protagonist here. This thing of begrudgingly taking a break at least from the unseemly, uns- that's not a unsightly, unappealing job to help, to do some good. And Eva 4 kind of feels like if you mixed 3PO or possibly R2. Maybe it's more R2. Yeah, I think certainly some 3PO with, when the assassin droid part kicks in, Chewbacca, um, obviously, significantly less polite than 3PO. But yeah, let's see. I thought it worked well. The thing with she had a dealing with a Jedi, which at first it's unclear what exactly happened. And later we see the Jedi freed her, and now the people she used to work with think that she purposefully broke free. You know, and yeah, this idea of like it's important to do good, but you have to follow through on it. It's not enough, and that is like um, sometimes when someone does a good thing because they don't, yeah, do, yeah, I've made my point. I think that pretty much, yeah, it is a neat idea, putting an assassin droid programming into the body of what did he say, repair or medical droid, something like that. Certainly not originally assassin. And let's see the yeah. So the um, yeah, Eva 4 also really the assassin mode is really cool. It was like 6 arms, each with a gun, and the all the arms are armed, and it's very good at fighting. Let's see. Yeah, that brings us to so yeah, they fly, and end up tractor beamed, and are told the you just have to come talk to Jinsen. And so they go, and they did do a good job on. I am always appreciative of when they make a villain conventionally attractive, because we really got to get away from this idea. Like, I think it was The Take that pointed out it's literally medieval when a villain, the evil of a villain is matched by an conventionally unattractive exterior. you know. So yeah, appreciate that. And it's also, there's some of Star Wars maybe has an issue with that. That was definitely a thing in the original trilogy. Um, but yeah, the way that the and they even pointed out, like, she's like, that handsome, and yeah, so yeah, he points, he hires her and pays her handsomely, as he does all things. And it's pretty clear from as soon as we see the girl that, yeah, this is like slave labor. And he's like, oh no, that it's a device to monitor her health. There definitely isn't a bomb on there. That would be so completely ridiculous. I don't know why I even brought up the nope. And the let's see. Yeah, we're told she's also an orphan, a war orphan, um, like his slaves. And yeah, so he sends her out to another, yeah, um, and yeah, I like that we see them briefly before she encounters them. So we do get a sense, so when they start talking about, no, you've been lied to about this, like, they've already been humanized to us. And yeah, the let's see, yeah, very cool. He very quickly, Eva very quickly deals with them. And you know um they do that thing where the droid is technically correct, the very best kind of correct, but not really listened to by their master. Like, throughout, he keeps, he calls her on when he can tell she's lying. And the he points out, if we listen to them, we're going to end up not going through with the job. And yeah, let's see. I like his, he go when he like attacks, he goes boom, as sort of a catchphrase. And yeah, so she gives them 30 seconds. And yeah, she realizes, okay, that they really are slaves there, which I felt like was a tiny bit obvious. But then, I don't know, I mean, it's PG, maybe they're worried that the audience, that it would go over their heads if they don't, because okay, so first he's like, would you like some tea, slave? Come in with some tea. She's my slave. And then he takes her through the facilities and, like, these are all my slaves, like the slave you met earlier. You remember that slave. And then she comes to them, and they're like, and the runaways are like, we were also slaves, like the slaves at the slave facility full of slaves. Okay, we get it. Like, yeah, the I don't know. It felt like the episode really hammered that home. Like, I think the episode's 19 minutes total. You don't need that many, you know, yeah, to make it that obvious that it's slavery. Yeah, I liked, Eva 4 becoming a Dictao, droid going their own way. Really do appreciate when droids are actually allowed to have agency in Star Wars media, which a lot of the time they don't. Ultimately, he does end up coming back. But I mean, at least it seems like it's a choice rather than just, I mean, he doesn't say that the programming is like, it's that thing of, in a way, he is almost being treated as like of a living, at a biological organism would be in Star Wars media. Like, he is essentially her partner in the bounty hunting, and when he really feels like, okay, you're making a mistake, he leaves and takes the ship with. And yeah, when he returns, it's this thing of like, I couldn't let you have all the fun, kind of, yeah, camaraderie. Yeah. But yeah, so I did think it worked well that she, so she goes back and she like verbally confronts him. And yeah, it's like, is she really gonna go through with it or not? And we're like hoping, and yeah, she does end up, she had armed them, and she was ready to disable their cuffs. I knew there was more to her than credits. And yeah, those two big droid guards, very, very cool. And yeah, the former slaves go all, I'm Spartacus, and free the other slaves. And I did appreciate him pointing out, I mean, you're a bounty hunter, how dare you judge me, kind of thing. And it is that thing of like, you know, it's important to grow. Throughout our lives, we should grow and become better people. And did not expect him to have the Mega Droideka, but that was really cool. They even brought back the sound of its blasters, and it's got the shield and everything. And this one actually enables a person to like sit on the front of it. That was really cool. Um, yeah, and she thinks that she's got the situation under control, and then he destroys her gun with his guns, and she caves in the roof and jumps through a hole, and then he jumps through the hole and follows her. That was really cool, and not really something we haven't seen quite like that in one of these, that I can recall, at least. So that was very cool. Let's see. I think that brings us to, so yeah, the Eva 4, right? And I guess, right, part of the reason that Eva 4 even returned was that he realized that she hadn't told him, but she had, like, she paid a bunch of money to find out, how to get the yeah, remove the assassin part of the droid. Although now that she's shot it in the head and the assassin part took over, doesn't that mean that removing the assassin part would leave it without any like functioning mind? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, he realizes, oh, she was going to have me fixed, just as I've been asking for. Let's see. Yeah, and they yeah, so he returns and shoots and notes, even this ship can't actually penetrate that shield, and yeah, like right now I actually forget if it happens in the movies, but certainly I remember at least one of the games, if you want to destroy the droideka, and you do, yeah, you got to throw a thermal detonator through its shields. You can't just be attacking the shields themselves. Although sometimes a rocket launcher will also do, but then that's also a regular sized droideka, not the mega one that we see here. And yeah, the let's see. Yeah, Eva 4 lets itself take some damage, and she, rolls in the explosive, and then he threatens to detonate, like, wow, this guy's a jerk. I don't think I like him at all. And the yeah, um he says, shoot the droid and then put the gun on the ground. And yeah, he didn't realize about the multiple personalities of, the droid that you could shoot it in the head and it would still be okay. Let's see. Yeah. Um, Afterwards, he's like, well, you don't have to do this. And she's like, I can take you in warm or I can take you in cold. And I think that pretty much covers the entire... Right. The thing about, so he notes, do you know how much time and money it took to assemble this collection? And then she hands these, expensive artifacts to the former slaves so they can start anew. She does say, this could get you like 2.1 million credits. Get something to eat. I feel like that's aiming a little low for that much money. Oh, you're thinking of them buying like eggs in America. Okay. Yeah, it's possible you might be able to buy at least one with that much. Aren't you glad you voted for Trump again? He really did listen, didn't he? This time, finally, for once in his life, he did something that was actually good and helped other people instead of just doing the thing that he wanted to do that enriches himself. No, he kept doing the thing that he's been doing for his entire adult life for, I don't know, 70 years by now. Wait, 60 years, I guess. Whatever. I don't care. I don't major in math. But another really great episode. And let's see. Yeah. I like the idea of a Jedi, still trying to do the right thing, but not quite getting there because of circumstance. And this is also not the first time that we've seen, a Jedi try to free a slave, and it didn't go quite as they hoped. So that's also a neat riff. At one point, she straight up says, the protagonist, do good. What does doing good even mean? You know what? I'm going to see if I can have her added to the group chat with the protagonist from the Danny Boyle movie, Millions.